place to mark the armistice centenary today. Big Ben will sound 11 times at 11 o'clock for the traditional 2-minute silence. It'll then strike a further 11 times at 12:30 with bells across the UK and around the world to mark the end of the First World War. Around 1,400 bell ringers were killed during the conflict. Breakfast John Maguire has been to a church in Dorset to meet a woman who is carrying on a family tradition.
The bells have been ringing out from the tower of St Mary's Church in the Dorset town of Bridport for centuries. But just over 100 years ago, during the Great War, the bell ringers lost one of their own.
We was up here 2 days after we landed, and I can assure you it's a rack and ruinous place. Everything's smashed to smithereens. It'll take
Debbie Follett is reading a letter from a foreign field. It's one of many written home by her great uncle, William Hardeman. He fought in France, then Greece, but was killed in Palestine. 1,400 bell ringers died during the First World War, and a campaign's been underway to replace them with the same number of new ringers. People like Debbie, who today stand in the same place where her great uncle used to ring.
It's very emotional, it really is. It's making the link with the past, and I think it's very important to keep those links and to keep the traditions going. I'm only a beginner. I'll do my bit and hopefully I'll do it well, and if they're looking down, I hope they'd be proud of me.
This is a summary at the end of a quarter of how many times...
The tower captain, as he's known, shows me the church's records which date back to the 19th century. They include details of Debbie's great-uncle.
That's keen.
1911. And also a record of how his bell-ringing friends commemorated his death.
A half-muffled peal was rung for our late brother, Corporal Hardeman, who lost his life at the front in Palestine. We put a muffle on one side of the clapper, so we get this clear ring and then a muffled ring, and I find it very moving. To me, it's the dead talking to the living. It's a gentle ring and then clear ring, and it's lovely. And we ring it for remembrance services especially.
Today, St Mary's will join with bell towers across the country as they all, in unison, ring to honour Remembrance Day, a momentous occasion that will bring together friends, communities and families, both from the present and from the past. John Maguire, BBC News, Dorset.
And from the reflections there on the south coast of England and the sounds as well.